Now, joining us now is the Chief Minister of Delhi in a tough position, always facing this problem every year. Ma'am, thank you very much for joining us. This seems to happen to average Delhiite every year. Only this time around there is the delayed monsoon which has made it worse. But what's the long-term solution to Delhi's power crisis?
This has been a very unusually hot year. The monsoons also have been delayed, not only in Delhi but all over northern India. And therefore the production of power has gone down pretty drastically. And it is because the production has gone down that we are not able to meet a ever increasing demand, and the demand has increased by over about 20-25% this year, when we anticipate an annual increase in demand of about 8.5 to 9%. This year has been a quantum jump of 20%, and I would all humility submit that this is something nobody anticipated, that we'd have such a long summer and so less rain.
Right. Ma'am, you have finally given an ultimatum and warned the BSES that they got to fix the problem and generate more within the next 4 days, buy more power, do whatever. But what will you do, what powers do you have if they don't change, if they don't manage this crisis?
You see, what happened to the BSES group was that they did not buy the power which they should have bought or anticipated that we would require so much power. And now power is difficult to get, it's very costly. So I've told them whatever the cost may be, you just have to buy the power wherever you can get it from. And they promised me that they would put it right by today, that is Monday. But I said, no, you take 4 days over it, but do put it right, do get power from wherever you can. And so, and more importantly, is that, you know, their local faults are not being set right as they ought to be. Like if transformers get burnt or the wires get burnt out, they are unable to replace them in a short time. They take 6 hours, 5 hours, 7 hours, which means in their management they have been somewhat slack, which we need to pull them up for. And that is why I gave them this ultimatum, that you please put your things in order in 4 days. And they themselves said that they would be able to do it.
Ma'am, a lot of people compare the power generation in Delhi with Mumbai. Mumbai, the Tatas produce it there and they work at 95-97% capacity utilization. Here it's predominantly the public sector and it's, you know, close to 50. Of course, there are 1 or 2 units which are higher, but the average is very low. What are you going to do to improve the efficiency of the public sector power generators?
Well, in our Pragati power station, which is a gas-based power station, our PLF is about 80%. Of course, the Indraprasth one, which is an old power station, which we are going to gradually remove, there the PLF is very low, you're right, it's a coal-based plant, very old and does not work efficiently. But, as I've said very often, we are putting up a 1500 megawatt plant in Bhavana, that is gas-based also, it will be ready by the next year. And then we have tied up with Jhajjar in Haryana, 750 megawatts from there dedicated to Delhi. And then a third one, which is coming up in Bamnauli, which will be 750 megawatts. That will be about 2012 or 13. Apart from that, Singrauli and Dadri also have been upgraded, which are dedicated power plants for Delhi. So I hope that the shortage will be met soon.